indeed. Uh, well, back with Saturday Night Corey Fights, and thank you very much for joining me here on Talk Talk Live at IG YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Yes, indeed. If you didn't see me, this is take two. This is not just take one. This is take two, ladies and gentlemen. We tried take one, but then the computer decided to go on strike for a matter of a few minutes, and then we managed to broker the peace and renegotiate a new deal. So we are back and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you very much for joining me here on Talk Talk live at IG and YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much to my IG listeners for sticking by me here. But we are back live on YouTube with what has been a revelation within the Corey Holcolmb proceedings, and that is as I have been predicted all along, uh, since this whole saga began, since Corey Holcomb decided to think of the First Amendment as a shield as well as a sword. It seems that Corey Holcomb forgot the little things. He forgot about the details, and now he has indeed, as I predicted, a lawsuit. He has a lawsuit, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Corey has, in his inimitable wisdom, decided to get himself involved in a suit with the one and only Anton Daniels. And I told you a couple of months on Talk Live here that that once Anton Daniels' family got involved, once Corey dirtbag, in his own words, Holcomb decided to say that decided to involve Anton Daniels' family, his wife and his child, using such derogatory terms for his child as being a lesbian and being how should I say, a gorilla, a primate, quite simply, and made a T-shirt to boot. It seems that Anton Daniels went on the defensive. He said, "You got this, Corey. Yeah, you know that you're always king," and he was very, very genuflective to Corey Holcomb. But I knew that was a setup, a definite setup towards this time right now, a lawsuit. And we went through it thoroughly here on Talk Live. In that, it seems that Corey Holcomb's First Amendment rights uh, does not protect him in this instance, and we'll go through that right now today here on Talk Live once again. But let's get into it right here. Let us get into it on the Ubiest Tubiest, and we are going to feature first another one of Corey Holcomb's mortal enemies here, and that is the one and only Poetic Flacco. It's uh, well, he has an interesting name for him, anyways, and we'll learn of that name later on in the show. But right now, we're going to just give a little synopsis from Corey Holcomb. Then we're going to head to the aficionado with regards to these Corey Holcomb these Corey Holcomb fights in terms of the legal realm. Someone who Corey Holcomb saw as a confidant, as an ally, and now sees him as the enemy when calling Corey out, and that is the lead attorney. We'll hear from him a little later, but right now, we're going to hear from Poetic Flacco. We're back on stream. We're back on live for take two of this. So let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Talk Live. Thank you very much for joining me. Thanks very much for sticking by me on IG. So let's get into it now with Poetic Flacco here on Talk Live. Thank you very much for joining.
Holcomb is cooked. He has officially been sued for his antics on his show. Corey Holcomb just got himself in the worst possible situation for a content creator because he was too coward to address a man when a man was in his face telling him
It would be cowardly. Just a bit of English there. It should be cowardly instead of coward. Too coward. That's not good English, really. Let's continue.
he sucked D. That's literally why Corey Holcomb is in this situation, because he was too scared and a coward to get busy.
Getting into that.
You dancing around it.
No,
and
I'm
that's
not.
why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males.
I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the black people right now. You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah,
See, ain't
homie,
nobody
let me
gonna
tell you something,
Ain't
homie.
nobody gonna tell you.
I don't
ain't nobody
suck.
Yeah,
I don't
you do.
suck.
Yeah, you do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck.
You doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you. I don't
Believe me
do
when I
that.
tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no big sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same
Let's
energy
switch
you give me.
seats. Let's
switch
switch
it.
seats.
No.
Let's switch
Switch
seats.
seats.
I'm with it.
Homie, I don't
can
do
talk right in front of each
I don't do no. I'm a man. I don't do no fucking shit.
I don't give a about nothing.
I tell you
right
what,
now.
watch that fucking shit. That'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no.
You say a
homie.
lot of shit. I don't either. You
Hey, but that gay. You
I
go.
don't give a about what you talking
Hey,
about.
homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put no fucking Don't put no sucker.
You can even see his producers switching the camera away from Corey because they like, oh, Corey about to get busy. Anton just told Corey he sucked D 3 times to his face. But all Corey Holcomb did was posture. Say it again, brother man. Say it 3 times. How many more times do you want him to say it?
And ladies and gentlemen, this is where it all began. This is where the whole Saturday night, Friday night Corey Holcomb fights, this is where the whole saga began. It was right here in January. We are in April, and we are still continuing with these Corey Holcomb fights, but again, with this revelation of the lawsuit. But yeah, it all started from that. A bit of posturing between two gentlemen who wanted to have a civil discourse. I was on the side of Corey Holcomb this night because it seemed that Anton Daniels really wanted the algorithm to go his way, and so he wanted a fight, but Corey was there for a debate. But at that time, he really wanted a fight, or posture, as they say. But, it went back and forth and back, and you'll see how things progress as we continue. Let's go.
So because Corey Holcomb didn't handle his candle when Anton Daniels was in his face, Corey Holcomb decided he was going to go on the next show and disrespect Anton Daniels' daughter after being too scared to get busy with the father.
You got a picture of his daughter? I'm a dirtbag. You got a picture of his daughter? This brag on not having no children out of wedlock. What happened, D? It crashed.
Now,
That's the broad.
I was told.
Y'all can get the broad off. That's his daughter. This man said he ain't got no children out of wedlock.
That's Cool Mo daughter.
That's who?
Not Cool Mo D, Cool Mo daughter.
That's the air up there. Look, let me tell you something. Don't make no more kids. That gonna be buying pussy like you after a while. If you don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look at the face of Darlene in this instance. Please have a look at Darlene. Darlene is letting you know, Corey, that ain't right. That is not right, Corey. You shouldn't have gone there against the daughter. You went a bridge too far calling in the daughter. I want you to see. I mean, you see my man here. He is indeed chiming in, call him Kumo D daughter. Okay, but when you say you're gonna be buying ass just in a few years, and I ain't talking about lady ass here, that is where Darlene said, I think you went too far there, Corey. I think you went in. Corey, shout out to Belita in the audience, in the chat. That's when you went in, Corey. Corey, you took it a bridge too far there. You may want to quit it now. It doesn't behoove you to continue with this rhetoric. But Corey Holcomb is a dirtbag. Let's continue.
Don't ever brag on no what you ain't got. Don't nobody want no kids with you. Don't nobody want no kids with you. Your prime years, you was a scammer. You was doing scams. Now that you older and found a way to manipulate, get dude off the screen. Get dude off the screen, man. Who the f is that?
Now, the insults are constitutionally protected. You could make fun of whoever you want to make fun of. However,
do listen to this. We featured here in Talk Live. Poetic Flacco goes over it again. Yes, Corey is constitutionally protected when regards to insulting Anton Daniels. When it comes to his wife and his daughter, who does not have a public presence, we went through this at length on Talk Live, it is a different story. Let us continue.
Corey Holcomb did go into certain details that Anton Daniels and his family believe is defamatory. I'm going to show you guys exactly what they believe is defamatory once we get to that part in the lawsuit. The individuals who are suing Corey Holcomb isn't Anton Daniels himself, but we know who's banking this lawsuit. Obviously, Anton Daniels is, right?
Okay, we're going to stop it right here because we're going to get lead attorney's take on things here in terms of the lawsuit because, again, Poetic Flacco doesn't have a legal background. So he's just, tighten it up for those who are laypersons with regards to this action. But we're going to get into it from a legal standpoint through a legal attorney. But let's continue.
In this lawsuit. All right, what is the defamation? Because insults are not defamation. Insults are just that, insults. Here's where we get into the meat of this thing. So they're claiming that Corey Holcomb referred to Leslie Daniels on the
Okay, so we're gonna let lead attorney take this lane here. We're gonna just gonna let my man Quetti Flacco cook with regards to what has gone on prior. And here is part two of what's landed Corey Holcomb in some trouble with regards to the law and now this incumbent suit. Let's go.
In touch with her family because I made a shirt that I want to send everybody in her family because, you know, he wants to talk about everybody else's family and kids, but if somebody say something about what might be something that touches his heart, he wants to control the way war goes. Let me tell him and everybody else, you not me. You not me. But this is dedicated to dude. We got a shirt that will be up for sale. Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know that Anton Daniels is not Corey Holcomb. Anton Daniels has a little more intelligence than Corey Holcomb, and it has led Corey Holcomb to this amount of trouble. It has led him to this point. It has led him to this lawsuit that we will highlight tonight through the lead attorney. He has, first of all, insulted Anton Daniels' child on air, showing her picture on air of which she did not wish or intend for, and she's not a public figure. So that is an exception to First Amendment protections in the United States through free speech. Now we have this incident where Corey Holcomb, well, has he gone too far here? I believe so. Let's continue.
This is dedicated to you, Lane.
It says, hey, leave my family out of this. And that is Anton Daniels in center and his wife and his daughter looking like two primates. I would have expected that from the MAGA segment of the Republican Party, but uh, well, well, it hurts deepest when it comes close to home, and it does indeed in this case. It seems that Corey has gone out of his way to desecrate the name of, insult the name of Corey Holcomb's wife and daughter, and that's a problem. Where not only do you defame character of two non-public figures on camera by showing their feature. One is not an adult. The daughter's not an adult yet. She's 17. She's not an adult yet. So for her to be defamed on camera will bring consequences, as he will see. And not only that, he brings his wife involved as well. I guess she's an adult. She may be open to criticism. However, she is a private adult and she did not welcome this criticism. And so she is, Corey Holcomb's not protected under the First Amendment through this insult here. And so this is where we lay. And I knew, as I stated, when Anton Daniels, slowly and assuredly, said to Corey Holcomb, "You got this. You're the guy. I'm gonna leave it behind. I don't want any more of this. You're the guy." We understand that he was leading up to a lawsuit. I knew it. I said it. I said I knew it. And when lead attorney confirmed it via the the exception to the First Amendment rule that his that Anton Daniels, that is, wife and daughter exist under. Well, It was coming. It was only a matter of time. All they were doing were building a case, and that means they were getting experts on things. They were getting doctors. Those they were getting their bills all in line, their disbursements all in line for this a lawsuit. And here we go.
Oh, that's cold.
About Corey is, and what's so stupid about him is he shows it on camera. He could have done a sneak move, but he says he's a dirtbag. But he's not. I mean, he's a very funny man, but he's not a very smart man because he doesn't see all the angles here. He clearly is not a chess player, um, and for that, he only has himself to blame. He should have done his legal. Where he should have at least he should have had some sort of legal counsel on hand to warn him of his activity, but clearly he doesn't. Clearly he can't afford it, so he makes these sort of silly mistakes that will end up costing him. It will end up costing him. There is no doubt about that. It will end up costing him, unless he has some great defense lined up here. But I don't believe he does. Let's continue.
This is dedicated to you, lame. If you want me to, call me again. I'll send you one.
Hold on, bro. That is a good question. Where that money go, man? Did it go to the lady's family? Why Corey Holcolmb hasn't given an update? He hasn't came on his podcast and said, "Hey, family, we donated this money to her family." Yeah, we haven't gotten that yet. Did he give a time frame? Because I don't watch Corey Holcolmb like that. Did he give a time frame to when he was going to donate the money? Because if not, that's scamming. Now, I don't know how the scamming would help the defamation. I think they're just including everything in this just to make Corey Holcolmb look as bad as possible. Now, I'll be fair with y'all. I don't know how strong of a defamation case they have here. I don't know per se.
You don't know, but I'll tell you, they have a strong case. Uh, Poetic Flacco again doesn't come from a legal background, but that's fine. He's there to report. He's not here to give legal foundations, but he has a strong case, according to lead attorney. And from my view of things, yeah, he does have a strong case. He does. He really, really does. Yeah, yeah. Uh, Let me say this: Corey Holcomb's in a lot of trouble on two fronts, and I said it on two fronts. First of all, with Christina Payne through all these things are done on camera, which is so silly to me. He's got TMZ on his case. He's got an assault charge from Christina Payne, which she will collect for, believe me. And then he has this on his hands as well. Make that make sense. Corey is only making trouble for himself, and he's going to lose a lot of money out of this. And again, as somebody alluded to today, I believe it was lead attorney, as we'll find out a little later. He may have to do his show from his car. He may not have that studio to do it in because a lot of people are gonna be in his pockets. A lot of people are gonna be pocket watching, and with his viewership going down, it is not smart for him to engage in this behavior, especially without legal counsel. Let's continue.
But what I can say is I'm happy, right? I'm happy they're going to drag Corey Holcolmb to court. I'm happy they're going to make Corey Holcolmb spend as much money as possible, right? My Corey Holcolmb videos started to get a little personal once Corey Holcolmb came on his podcast and disparaged me and called me a grapist and said I had a grape case when that's not the case at all whatsoever, right? So in that regard, with Corey Holcolmb coming on his show and calling me a grapist, in that regard, I wish the worst for Corey Holcolmb. So yeah, I want for Anton Daniels to drag him to court, right? Make him spend years in court, spending money he don't have. Like, didn't Tasha K say that Corey Holcolmb was was having a panic attack when the child support court increased the child support by $250? So Corey Holcolmb is about to spend money he don't have. Or maybe the lawyer he's working with. I want to see if that lawyer is willing to do years and years and years of free work.
His lawyer, not necessarily good. I think he's only out there for, he has a lot of experience, but is he of any good, of any repute? It remains to be seen. Let's see what happens in this matter. But I don't have high hopes for Corey. Let me say that. Let's continue.
The second cause of action in this lawsuit is false light. They will claim
Okay, we're gonna go through that with the one and only lead attorney, so we're gonna continue that. But again, let us continue with Poetic Flacco here.
Holcomb came on his podcast and called me a grapist and said that I had a grape charge.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna get to that a little later. Indeed, that is the second revelation in the Saturday Night Corey fights, and that is that this past week, Corey Holcomb Corey Holcomb accused Poetic Flacco of being the rapist, an R word, of being an R word, yes, and yeah, we'll see how well that accusation did. But there may be a twist in the tail on that proceeding. Corey just keeps getting himself in a lot of trouble, and it is Keystone Cops like idiocy here. And there's no fool like an old fool. Let's go.
Well, when Corey Holcomb did that, I actually have a cause to.
Wait a minute. Before we go there, well, actually, let's go there. Poetic, run it.
Sue. I actually have a defamation case, even though Corey Holcomb was going the roundabout way and not trying to say my name, but he said enough to where I have defamation according to the lead attorney.
Push up in a fago.
Yeah, that's his new name. That's Poetic Flacco's new name. Push up in a fago, or should I say, push up in an alphabet gango. Call it what you will, but according to Corey Holcomb, is push up in the fago. So everybody, as you can see, everybody who is a enemy of Corey Holcomb is gay. Clearly gay, clearly part of the alphabet gang. Either lead in the nigga ass law, or it is tampon and Daniels, or it's push up in the fango. Who else we got there? We have a few others. I mean, listen, go down the list. They're either gay or they have done heinous crimes against humanity. And again, Corey Holcomb is one with colorful names. I gotta say, give him. I mean, I love leading the nigga ass law, which I think it's fantastic. And even the lead attorney likes the name. To be fair, but it's not gonna bring him any sort of how should I say, goodwill to the community by throwing out these accusations without any sort of merit. Let's continue.
That's what I call them. I don't know the other names. I call them push up in a fago. I did research on this guy. This man is a rapist. This man is a rapist.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is. You can't throw that around lightly. See, Corey Holcomb's a funny man, very talented man. Has been able to build up a fan base, the likes of which I find quite jealous. But the one thing he's not very good is not very adept at is being smart, especially when it comes to legal matters. Corey gets himself into so much trouble legally, and it has cost him so much money, and it will cost him so much money legally. He doesn't understand that when you go on camera and accuse somebody of something, you better have something to back it up because this can be considered slander, and this can be considered defamation. He doesn't get that. It seems the elevator doesn't get up all the way to the top level when it comes to Corey and it comes to legal proceedings. It seems that he loves being a dirtbag. It seems that he loves uh, doing things without legal recourse, and it's going to end up costing him a lot of money and he's making more enemies than friends. What he should be doing right now is apologizing, genuflecting, literally pleading to get out of any sort of legal action because it's all on camera. It's all on tape. He keeps doing this on tape. This ain't alleged. It's not something that's done surreptitiously. This is, or skullduggerously. This is, once you put it on, it's there for all to see. You can't back out of this outside of a retraction, outside of an apology. This is serious. This is. I it stuns me how silly Corey can get when it comes to these certain things. You can't accuse a man of a rapist. You can't accuse a man of a rapist without legal found. That is one of the most heinous crimes you can accuse somebody of. So for Corey Holcomb to go this far with this action, it is stunning to see. It really is stunning, and he's going to pay for it. He will pay for it. As I predicted about the legal action against Corey Holcomb, dead certain, dead certain that this man is going to face more legal action. I see 3 or 4 or 5 cases on Corey's head very very soon.
Did y'all ever, you don't know nothing about that? There was a lot of people looking at him talk crazy about Corey and all like that. Push up in a fago, got a rape charge.
I cannot with this one.
You, Darlene, you're absolutely right. You cannot with this one. You cannot. You cannot get behind Corey with this one. You cannot. This is a serious charge. This is serious. And if he wants to win brownie points with this public through this thing, he's going about it the totally wrong way. Absolute wrong way. He needs to back out of this quick, but he's already made a mortal enemy of Poetic Flacco. So believe me, I definitely see a defamation suit against Corey Holcomb through Poetic Flacco. I predict it now. There will be a defamation action against Corey Holcomb from Poetic Flacco very, very soon. See that soon. There is already one with Christina Payne. There's already one with the family of Anton Daniels, and now new and improved, there will be one with Poetic Flacco. Believe me.
See, they want to go back and forth every week. I'm not going to go back and forth with you every week. I'm just going to find out what I need to find out because he don't use his real name. People who really, you don't know their name.
The thing about it is, Corey, you should have found out before you came to this conclusion. You're 60 years old and you bring no true meaning to the adage, there's no fool like an old fool. You are the old fool. You are the template of the old fool. You keep walking into these landmines, eyes open, and never see the fruit for the trees. I don't get it. He just keeps fucking up. Literally, I can't even mince my words here. I have to. I mean, sometimes I have to get to guttural language, but I have to put it simple and plain. This man has a screw loose. How can you get yourself involved with these suits and think you can get away with it? Where's the legal counsel on this show? They need to tell Corey, please retract, please deny. You need to stop this. But clearly there isn't any because he's just setting himself up for a fall. We have a comment here for Lana BK. These are the only suits we know about. The trouble with shock media is it gets shocking and expensive fast. Yes, indeed. That's the trouble with shock media. That's the trouble with shows like Corey Holcomb. It can get seriously expensive the more you open your mouth because it's there for all to see. It is definitive. It is the best proof is getting it on camera. They can use this. Oh, this is what he said in court. Oh, really? Oh, that's what you said in court. Would you wish to deny that, Corey? No? Great. Get him his money. Get him his money. Get it up. Get ready. And they can trump up. You can see, all the, uh, well, I wouldn't say physical harm, but mental harm it did, and the intentional emotional distress it did. All these other charges, and we'll explain it through the Anton Daniels case. But these things can be transposed now to Corey's to Poetic Flacco's case. It could be literally taken from this to this now. And he keeps on doing it on camera. I don't know what this man is about, but he keeps looking up on camera. Listen.
You got to watch them on the internet.
Flacco, you need to. I don't want to say that stuff now. Flacco had a misunderstanding about how the law worked. Flacco was thinking, oh, he has to name me specifically. And that's not the law. Flacco was thinking, oh, I ain't got no case because he didn't say my name specifically. Now, how's Flacco supposed to know? He's not an attorney, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no shade.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it worked, though. So when Little Gaming Channel said, you about to end it in pockets now, and we can talk about this, so we're going to go through all of it, guys.
Lead attorney, he's the expert. If he says I have a case, then God damn it, I got to look into it, man. And Corey, understand this, Corey. The minute I make my mind up, I'm coming for that fake plan, right? By the end of I want that fake plan by the end of all this, okay? But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think?
Thank you very much, supporting Flacco. I told you. He ain't playing. He keeps making enemies of himself. Shout out to the one and only Porter Flacco doing wonderful things to YouTube streets. I tell you, he keeps making enemies of himself. He gonna find out. F around and find out, but we're gonna find out right now. But we're listen. Yes, we're gonna go back to indeed the Poetic Flacco accusation and how he indeed showed that he is not indeed the rapist that he's accused of. A little later in the show, but right now,
what the hell we got going on?
What the hell we got going on here is indeed one and only the lead attorney doing wonderful things YouTube streets. He is going to set us up with regards to this action between with regards to Anton Daniels' family and Corey Holcomb, and we're going to let him take it from here. So thank you very much for joining me here on Talk Live. Corey Holcomb in a whole heap of trouble right now. I believe his second lawsuit. Listen, Christy Payne is coming up real soon. That's already begun. That's already on the docket. And this is the second one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
On up in here, man, because this is insanity. All right, so we got the Daniels family, the daughter and the wife suing Corey Holcomb and the show, and he's leaving it open for 25 people if you want to add some names. Now I'm saying he, but it's not he. You will notice, and this is important, that Anton Daniels he's not a party to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a key piece of information there with Leslie Daniels and Sharita Daniels. Sharita Daniels is the daughter. Leslie Daniels is the wife. And again, an important piece of information is that they are not only suing Corey Holcomb, they're also suing the 5150 show, and also leaving it open to bring an action against other parties, other partners in the Corey Holcomb show. So if they wish to, if they see that there are those investors who are prime contributors to the show, they're going to bring them in too. So this suit can get larger. This could be, I wouldn't say a class action, but it could have multiple defendants. Let's say that. Let's continue.
Just, this the women folk. Anton's like, shit, man, I'm a man. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say about me. I'm making $200,000 a month. And shit, man. He might got a point. if from all your income streams, you're making $200,000 every 30 days, what you gonna call me, right? That I haven't been called before. So what's being alleged? What are the women folk? What are they saying? Defamation, and we're gonna get into this. False light, defamation of that damn shirt. Gorillas in the mist. Defamation of Sharita with respect to the shirt. Planet of the Apes. That's what Corey was on. Intentional affliction of emotional distress suffered by the daughter. intentional infliction of emotional distress suffered by the wife, and violation of California Civil Code, 33, 34, 30, 33.
Let's go back again.
What's being alleged? What are the women folk? What are they saying? Defamation, and we're gonna get into this. False light, defamation of that damn shirt. Gorillas in the mist.
Why I made that T-shirt? Defamation with respect to T-shirt images. I told you that's gonna be trouble. Sharita and Leslie calling them gorilla, calling them primates. Indeed. Let's continue.
Defamation of Sharita with respect to the shirt. Planet of the Apes. That's what Corey was on. Intentional affliction of emotional distress suffered by the daughter. Intentional infliction of emotional distress suffered by the wife. And violation of California Civil Code, 33, 34, 33.
Very, very smart by counsel for Anton Daniels' family to not include Anton Daniels in the suit because he is a public figure. He is allowed to be critiqued in public, insulted in public because he's a public figure, and he has to know that he is he's got the that he has to take a certain amount of on the chin unless it is defamatory to his to his earnings, quite simply, which it is not. And as explained by lead attorney there, he's earning about $250,000 a week, so $250,000 a month, sorry, through YouTube. So he is. I don't think he's so broken by being insulted. His family, though, are a different story, and it's quite smart for their counsel to only include Anton Daniels' family in this as the plaintiffs in the suit. Let's continue.
33, 44. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all get ready. Oh my God. Another reason why I'm so blessed to be a YouTuber. Guys, y'all see this stuff. Y'all see these documents, and I don't really think that y'all think about. Well, let me tell you, when I see this, when y'all see this, I don't know what y'all think about, but when I see this, you know what I think about? I think about being in my bed and I have the remote and I hit that damn remote and the bed just incline up, and then I put my fucking feet up, shut that shit. And I got the laptop and I'm just fucking clicking and clacking. Because I used to draft these goddamn things. These things, guys, don't just fall out of the sky. Like, somebody got to write this bullshit. We got to write them.
All right, so we're going to move on to
herein alleged. And that plaintiff's injuries herein alleged.
We're going to move on to the action itself.
I'm sorry, I didn't expect that. I didn't usually, because this is a lawsuit, all right? This is a formal document. You don't expect, an uppercut, All right, so let's go back. Okay, the 5150 show consists of long, rambling, profanity-laced monologues by Corey Holcolmb, interspaced by product commercials and solicitations. Damn.
Well, that is showing you that indeed that Corey Holcomb's show, even though it is well subscribed, it is kind of lowbrow. And one thing I'll show right here that, I mean, this is quickly drawn up. You can hear the monologues by Corey Holcolmb. Yeah. Lawyer or his paralegal will live to regret that. You don't really want to, forego certain people's names with regards to legal proceedings. Let's continue.
Profanity-laced monologues by Corey Holcolmb, interspaced by product commercials and solicitations. Damn. It's a business entity. Airs Corey, I guess. Oh, the show 5150 is a business. that produces and airs the Corey Holcomb 5150 show, okay? The true names and capacities, whether individuals. Okay, so he's leaving John Doe's, Jane Doe's 1 through 25. All right, here we go. Plaintiffs are informed and believe, and again, let's just say this. Now, what's going to happen at some point if it makes it to this process is discovery. And y'all know Anton got the money to lawyer up. We have seen Corey's attorney.
Let me say this. When you see the inflections, the facial annotations of one lead attorney, when he says Corey's attorney, he considers Corey's attorney lowbrow. He does not consider Corey Holcomb's attorney formidable. He's done the background, he's done the research, and he does not hold Corey's lawyer in high repute because he has done some skullduggerous acts to accuse the lead attorney of being a not so good attorney. And the fact of and here's the thing, when dealing with lawyer to lawyer, you're supposed to be dealing with them in a civil manner. So you are supposed to treat them in the best conditions possible. So for you to engage in skullduggerous acts with the likes of another lawyer, that's seen as, well, that's looked down upon. That's frowned upon, really. You can't really go around and accuse a man, oh, he doesn't have a practice, even though he's shut down that practice. He's gone into YouTubing, which is, netted him a good amount of money. It doesn't allow him, there's no need for him to work as an attorney no more. So therefore, it's not as if he has been disbarred. It's just that he has given up the practice of the law until he sees fit to come back to it. There's no, so therefore you haven't paid your your dues to the Law Society, be it in Georgia or anywhere else, in order to continue with its practice. So therefore, the lead attorney is, well, he's a 20-year divorce attorney, and it is his right to not seek out any sort of practice if he doesn't choose to. He can end his practice and go on with YouTubing or doing whatever the hell he wants to. He can go skating. He can sail around the world, do what the hell he wants. But it's not as if he's a bad attorney. But that's what Corey Holcomb's attorney is accusing him of, simply because he has chosen to end his practice rather than be disbarred. And there's a difference there. There's a big difference. So when you see the facial inflections of a lead attorney, he does not see Corey Holcomb's lawyer in a good light at all. Let's continue.
Anton got money. So a damn discovery where you get to depose people.
We're gonna be back here on IG, so give us a few minutes there to my IG people. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. We'll be back. Thank you very much for joining me here on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for joining me here on Saturday Night Corey Fights. As we continue here, and we have a real fight on our hands, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back live on IG, and we are here on the Ubiest, Tubiest, Grooviest, and we have Saturday Night Corey Fights, and we are just here with the lead attorney. He's just going over the action of Anton Daniels' family towards Corey Holcomb. I'll let lead attorney continue. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live.
That is one of the funner parts of being in it. Sometimes it could be, if you got to travel for it and stuff. But I get to sit there 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 2-3 days, depending on the case. And I just get to grill you minute by minute, get you to answer all of my questions. I get to investigate. And shit, a lot of times, real talk, people don't want to be sued, not because they might lose money, but they don't want to do the damn discovery process. Because that damn thing is all the skeletons come out, right?
Hmm.
Anyway,
But as he stated before, Anton Daniels has the money to push these proceedings forward, and he will to the fullest extent. And he has a lot of evidence on his side, so why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't Anton Daniels' family, do so at this juncture? Let's continue.
the Anton's family alleged that each of the defendants are responsible in some manner for the occurrences herein alleged, and that plaintiff's injuries herein alleged were legally or approximately caused by the defendants. That's just saying, hey man, we think that Corey and his show and whoever else, they are the ones who did this. Wherever it is alleged that any act or omission was also done or committed by any specifically named defendant, plaintiffs hereby intend or to allege and do allege. All right, so this is just saying about the Jane and John Does. This is pretty legalese. Plaintiffs believe that each of the defendants is an agent or employer. All right, so what is this saying that, hey man, Corey did it, he's responsible, the 5150 show is responsible, somebody's responsible. All right, that's just naming the parties. This is the jurisdiction. Okay, it says this court, which is in California, has jurisdiction over the case, and they're going to be asking for more than 35 racks. All right, so we don't know. Some people read this and say, "Oh, well, Anton Daniels, he's going to sue for 35,000." No, you have to put this in here to qualify to be in this courtroom, and you have to say that it's going to be more than 35,000. So it could be 40,000, it could be 4 million. We don't know. In fact, you know what I want to do? I want to take a peek. I want to take a peek at the bottom to see if they tell us how much Anton is going to ask for. And when I say, guys, when I say Anton, just know that I'm talking about Anton's family. All right. Let me see here.
Now,
No.
this is very similar to pleadings. These are called pleadings. These are similar to pleadings here in Ontario. Very, very similar, where you list the action on the top, and on the back end is what you're suing for. So again, very reminiscent of activities here, except they don't have the paragraphs on the inside page. But well, they have the paragraphs are in the body of the of things, and the line numbers aren't exactly listed. That's the line numbers. The line numbers aren't exactly listed on the left, but very similar to activities, and this is for any sort of common law jurisdiction throughout the world, even in England, even in the Caribbean, even in Canada and the U.S. They're all common law jurisdictions, so you'll see similar pleadings there as well. Let's continue.
So we don't know yet how much they're going to ask for. All right. They could ask for 1 million, 2 million. Now, y'all know Tasha K, and we're going to talk about this, but you can win $4 million, speaking of Tasha K, and not get paid. Tasha K was on Corey Holcomb's ass and had hooked up apparently with Corey's baby mama or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but Tasha K was saying that Corey ain't got a cent to his name. Now, I believe if you ask Corey, Corey will say, yeah, I ain't got a cent to my name. I got money, but I ain't got a cent to my name.
Indeed, what Corey can do is file for bankruptcy. Shout out to Chanel Lewis. Corey can file for bankruptcy. He can file for bankruptcy, and then again, Anton Daniels won't see a dime. But at least um, he's vindicated in the fact that he has an action and he has a claim against the fortune um, that is for Corey Holcomb. So Anton Daniels could be one of the how let's say um, he could have he could have an action against Anton Daniels if he ever goes bank if he truly ever goes bankrupt and he needs to pay off his creditors. He could be one of the creditors on his list, which is again very powerful to have an action hanging over the head of Corey Holcomb. To be fair, let's continue.
And Tasha was talking about how, Corey was so mad that he had to pay an extra $200, or he had to pay like $250 in child support a month or something like that. And he was outraged that, it went from like 200 to 250 or something Tasha K was saying, but a very minimal amount. But that Corey was wilding out over the increase. You have to ask Tasha about that. I don't know. But let's just say that the increase was to $450 a month. You're going to sue somebody for $1 million, $2 million, but they acting out over $450 a month. Now, Corey making money. You see the super chats, and apparently he's going around on. I know his numbers are low. They've been low. His numbers are dropping. I know that, but he's still getting something. And he's doing shows. That has to be something. So he's making money, but you can have money, but it might not be in your name. So that's another thing, right?
There's another way that those with money tend to get out of proceedings here as well. Let me move my my shot out of the way. So let me this not this one. This one I say. Let me move that out of the way so lead attorney can have a face to this as well. My apologies to the lead attorney. Lead attorney may proceed. Yes, indeed. With this. So again, my apologies again.
Anyway, where do we leave off? Oh yeah, so Corey is being sued, and Anton's family is going to ask for at least $35,000.
Which can go up.
Venue is proper. All right, here we go. The factual background. January of this year, boy, this was like a whole Cat Williams thing. There are still people eating off of this. Your boy House of Hypocrites. Shit, I mean, I was talking about him. What am I doing? It's crazy. I don't remember a beef between two content creators that has lasted this long. It's insane.
Yeah, it is very rare for two content creators to go to these lengths. It's not out of the question. There are precedents that has where two content creators have launched actions against each other. But, um, yeah, it is rare. It is rare for these sort of content creators. Usually, they leave it on wax, or sometimes they go to deadlier levels. But again, it's rare that things are taken towards this legal vein. Let's continue.
Um, January of this year, the Corey Holcomb show aired through YouTube, has a wide audience. That's true. January 13th, Anton, father of Leslie, husband of Sharita, appeared on the show. After introductory comments were made by defendant Holcomb and the guest, the two individuals became involved in an intense, heated discussion, and provocative remarks were exchanged. That is true. There were some provocative remarks. What your boy say? Take your bitch with you. If you bring a bitch, stand on the bitch. Stand on her. I was like, what? Mika? Like, god damn. That shit got wild.
Yeah, and Mika's gone into some sort of hiding now. Now that indeed it has been revealed, allegedly, that there's been an affair between herself and Anton Daniels. But I think that's over with now. Or they could have taken it private. They could have been secretive about things right now. But it's clear that the wind has gone out of the sails of that one. Nika is off the Room 9 show, and for the here and now, she is trying to go into some sort of hiding. Maybe she's trying to amend her marriage, Maybe she's trying to get a divorce, but we'll see. But right now, Nika is does remain silent on affairs and has gone the persona non grata with regards to her interactions with Anton Daniels. Let's continue.
So he's right when he says some provocative remarks were exchanged. Who do y'all think got the best of this? The best of that introduction? Some people say, "Oh well, he didn't say it again. Anton didn't say it again." Some people say, "Shit, he said it 3 times. How many times you need him to say it?" Put Anton, if you more on Anton's side for that, and put C. Put Corey. If put A for Anton, C for Corey. Depending on who you think got the better of it. I think if a man says something 3 times to your face, man, you asking him to say it a 4th time, it's like, oh. Say it 18 times and watch what I'll do. All right, nigga, all right. All right, so provocative remarks. The following week, January 20th, Corey aired another 5150 show. During the show, and here we go, the defendant twice aired a photograph of plaintiff's daughter, Leslie, standing immediately in the back of an American flag. And again, this is, y'all remember this, this photo. Now, again, I blocked out the face, just, she 18 now and Anton filed this, but just on the strength. But y'all remember it.
You saw it here on Talk Live earlier on tonight. If you need to see it again, do roll back in the tape to see it. But yeah, exactly. Lead attorney is correct. You don't need to further defame the character of the daughter by showing her face on camera when she never really asked for it. Let's make that perfectly clear. Let's continue.
So he showed this and he was saying some crazy shit. Do y'all remember some of the shit that he was saying? It was insane. So he showed a photo of the child, but let me just be clear. For the photo that y'all saw, I blocked it out. The photo that Corey showed was unredacted, unblurred of this minor.
And we saw that earlier on today. He never blurred out her face. And that's the one thing that he should have done. I think it didn't make for a part of the action here. If he didn't show her face, but he did. And not only did he do that, he did more, as already stated. Let's continue.
Some of y'all are going to be like, well, she's not a child. She was only 17. And see, that's the shit that gets y'all locked up for 25 years. You're doing day for day. Mm-hmm. She's only 16, lead attorney. She got hair down, He's a child. Right? Up until she's 18, she's a child. Well, the law says that at 17, you go, okay, listen. Whatever you want to say about your interactions, but at the end of the day, legally for this, she was a minor.
Ladies and gentlemen, until they change the laws in certain jurisdictions, I believe in England, you're an adult at 16 in certain circumstances. In Canada, you're an adult when you're 19. But in the United States, it is the age of 18 is the age of majority, and that's when you're considered an adult. So just because she is 17 and she has, shout out to Rich Sirius, shout out to you, until she's to the age of 18, she's still a child in the eyes of the law. And until those laws are changed, then she will be treated as such. And yeah, she well, she is protected. She becomes an exemption of First Amendment protections for Corey Holcolmb. Let's continue.
Let's get that straight. She got C cups, leader to y'all fuckers don't listen. I don't care nothing about no goddamn C cups. I don't care nothing about no fake IDs. The child.
That's why some of y'all, I know you think that this girl. I mean, I've had words with a few of my friends, former friends, years ago, with regards to this issue, and no matter how grown she looks, it's her age that counts. And you need to do your research if you're going to get involved in any sort of relationship, platonic or otherwise, with these children, because they are still children in the eyes of the law. Let me say that again for anybody out there. If you are thinking of getting involved with a child in a platonic or otherwise relationship, you are playing with fire. There's a reason why they are called jailbait. If they have the distinct looks of a child, you need to stay away from them. That is called jailbait. You don't want to be around them. You don't want to be near them because the repercussions are serious. I have known of people who have been involved with jailbait and they were of the age of jailbait, however, and they have suffered consequences that are custodial because of it. By custodial, I mean jail. They have gone to jail because they thought that just because she grew up, she looked grow up, and she acts grow up, doesn't mean she is grow up. She's still a child in the eyes of the law, and that's where they get you. That's where they get you. Let's continue.
Mm. So Corey showed the unredacted, unblurred photo of the child. Corey clearly identified Leslie as the daughter of Anton. Yeah. While the photo was shown, Corey Holcolmb made disparaging and highly offensive statements about plaintiff and her father.
To those who don't know, we are televising live on IG and YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you can see the action, the legal action, the complaint from Anton Daniels' family to Corey Holcomb live. But if you want to stay on IG, please stay with me on IG. But thank you very much for joining me here and Talk live on IG, YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Let's continue.
Her mother, he did. He did. Corey referred to plaintiff, the daughter, on the broadcast as an ugly ass dyke. I don't even remember that. He called her a bunch of shit. He was saying some wild shit. So apparently this was the bad thing. Corey called this child an ugly ass dyke. Corey knew at the time that the statement was made that the plaintiff was a minor. And I'd have to go back and listen to it. I don't know if Corey knew that she was a child at the time. She's 17, so I don't know. Corey, I'll be honest with you, Corey don't be knowing a lot of shit. Y'all saw what he said about Flacco. He's 60 years old. Like, what does he know?
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Even the lead attorney says what I said. Corey Holcomb may be funny, but he's not very smart. There it is. He may be funny, but he's not very smart at all. And he keeps writing checks. His mouth keeps writing checks that his bank account can't cash. And it soon will come to pass that he'll he'll bite off more than he can chew. And through these three actions, believe me, Poetic Flacco will have an action against Corey Holcomb. That will be number 3. That will be number 3. Guaranteed. It will be number 3. And then, what will we say about that? Corey Holcomb, again, is a funny man, but again, he's losing his audience on the 5150 show. He's losing it week by week. A lot of people are seeing the forest for the trees. The truth is getting exposed. It's starting to see the light of day, and he keeps writing these checks. His mouth keeps writing these checks that he knows he can't cash. He knows it. He knows it. He knows it. And it's so sad to see a man of 60 years old be engaged in this sort of behavior. But there's no fool like an old fool. Like I said, let's continue.
His damn attorney don't know shit either. Did y'all see the shit this attorney was saying about me? None of them know nothing.
See, he doesn't like his attorney. I told you. Lead attorney has no sort of respect for Corey Holcomb's attorney, and I believe it too. Um, yeah, to go to the law society and say, "Oh well, he's disbarred." No, he's not disbarred. He has stopped his practice of law. That's it. He has ceased and desisted from his practice of law. It's not as if he has been disbarred. Disbarred is something completely different, and that is what Corey Holcomb's lawyer is alleging, and he can be brought to the Law Society of California, to the bar of California for uh, uh, actions in disrespect of the legal practice. If lead attorney seeks to do so, but he doesn't because well, he's making too much money at this point in time. Really, so let's continue.
Shit. So it could be that he didn't know that she was a child, but okay, let's keep going. I don't know. I don't know. I have to go back and rewatch. I done forgot what he said. This was in January. Um, the statement was made intentionally to disparage and demean plaintiff. I mean, that has to be true. The defendant expected at the time that he would profit monetarily by ridiculing Leslie and subjecting her to scorn. I mean, this is true if he said it on the show and he's taking super chats and he's taking memberships and he's taking ad revenue. The stream was monetized. So Corey knew that he was profiting while he said that, since his podcast has promotions for products that bring in substantial revenue. I was like, does he have products? But he does. How do I know? Because damn, O'Shea be wearing them. O'Shea done bought the merch. I should make some merch. Do y'all want me to sell some fucking hoodies? I've never sold merch. I want to be sure. Sometimes you'll buy something and the shit'll shrink up on you. I don't ever want that to happen to y'all. So I don't know. I haven't sold them, but we'll see. On the next show, January 27th, Corey exhibited for his audience a t-shirt which depicted Leslie as an ape and depicted Anton's wife as an ape. Corey explained that viewers of his podcast could purchase the t-shirt. Shit. I'm worried about selling merch because, the hoodies might shrink. And this man out selling t-shirts with Anton's family as gorillas. Maybe my standards are too high. I just put anything on a goddamn shirt. Kind of fucked up. He alleged that all the money received from viewers would be donated to the family of a woman shot in Detroit by ICE. To date, no accounting. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Was that a scam? Who thinks Corey, all the money that was donated from the shirts, all the sale, all the profits, who think Corey donated that money to that white woman that got shot by ICE? Put a yes if you think Corey donated the money. Put a no if you like, hell no, that nigga kept that money. Was it a scam? I didn't even think about that. He did say he was going to donate that money. Y'all think he did? Put Y if you think he donated every cent. Put in if you like, he ain't donate that shit. God damn. First cause of action. All right, so here we go. Defamation. Corey Holcolmb on his podcast, January 20th, falsely you know what I don't like? And shout out to I mean, I got this document from House of Hypocrites. So I don't know if he did this or, I would tend to think not. But I don't like I don't like these fucking highlights and this red underlining stuff. It's throwing me off. Sometimes attorneys do this. They'll put shit in bold. They'll put shit in all caps. You don't really you're doing a lot by all this highlighting and underlining,
Mm.
to be
Yeah.
honest. So let me try to read it. Corey on his podcast falsely stated that Anton's daughter was a dyke. This is disparaging, homophobic, and misogynistic. It is a slur for a lesbian, particularly one who is masculine or butch. Anton's daughter is a heterosexual and is not a lesbian for what it's worth. The false light was made by defendants intentionally to demean plaintiff and subject her to ridicule. Defendants knew the statement was false at the time it was made, or they failed to use reasonable care to determine whether the truth or the falsity of the statement yet made. What? Defendants failed to use reasonable care to determine either the truth or the falsity of the statement, yet made them anyway without regard to their truthfulness. Yeah? I
So,
mean,
ladies and gentlemen, let me just stop that right there. So, just getting back to that statement there. That is the definition of false light. Um, where the defendant knew the statement was false at the time that it was made, or in the alternative, defendants failed to use reasonable care to determine either the truth or the falsity of the statement, yet made them anyway without regards to their truthfulness. That is the definition of false light. That is indeed the definition of false light. So if you're asking what false light is, that's a definition of false light. So um, when you say blank blank is an elephant, uh, uh, regarding their obesity, when in fact they may be, one of the fittest people that indeed puts that person under a false light. Now that's an innocent representation of such things, but that's what false light is. Even though you know it's not true, you still make the statement anyway. So here again, we see the definition of false light in this instance, where Holcolmb makes a statement that Anton Daniels' daughter is part of the Alphabet Gang and considers her a lesbian, when in fact she's not a lesbian. She is heterosexual, and yet made a statement anyway with regards to recklessly, without regard to its fruitfulness. So there you are. So just in other words, false light means making reckless statements. Let's continue.
either the truth or the falsity of the statement, yet made them anyway without regard to their truthfulness. Yeah? I mean, if Corey is going around saying Poetic Flacco is a rapist, who thinks that Corey really investigated whether this minor was heterosexual or homosexual? He didn't. He was just talking about a girl, just talking about a girl's sexuality. Now, is this the first time that Corey has talked about girls' sexualities? Wasn't he talking about a 5-year-old sucking on a bottle, and y'all remember that, and being bounced on a lap?
Yeah, Corey has made a lot of mistakes, so that's another one he's made, is the fact that he's made intonations. He's made uh, how should I say, sort of um, statements rendering him allegedly as a person who may or may not enjoy the company of a person under the within a certain age group, of which we will not describe, that is too young to be having such relations with, and they are not adults. These sort of individuals, um, and they consider him sort of a PDF, as they say, uh, and I mean, we've gone to lengths to that here on Talk Talk Live. So, in previous episodes of Corey Holcomb fights, and it is, yeah, the stench is only getting greater around Corey Holcomb with regards to this. That's why he took a shot at Poetic Flacco and called him a grapist, when in fact, as we'll see a little later, he is not one. But you know, I think it's to get him off the trail of him being an accused PDF, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. And it is, it's very, very. I mean, listen, the problems are building. They're building all the way around, all around the ground. And again, in a sort of a roundabout way, lead attorney here is playing a slight jab against the likes of Corey Holcomb. To be fair, let's continue.
Corey joking about little girls. That ain't nothing for him. So based on this, Anton's family is saying they are entitled to recover compensatory damages. Plaintiff maintains that defendants knew the statements were false and acted with a conscious disregard of the child's rights. The statements were made with oppression and malice in an effort to disparage plaintiff and damage her personal reputation, and to subject her to ridicule among her friends, classmates, and the viewing audience. So he is asking for compensation based, number one, on defamation. And I'm going to explain all of this a little later, guys. Number two, false light. Anton says that his daughter, that the statements that Corey made about his daughter on the podcast showed the daughter in a false light. Corey falsely stated that the daughter was a dyke. The word dyke, disparaging, homophobic. So he knew, Corey knew that the statements would create a false impression about the daughter. And Corey acted in reckless disregard. I know the judge gonna be, shout out to Anton, but I know the judge gonna be mad as hell looking at all these goddamn highlights. Hopefully that's just the way that I downloaded this, and that's not
I would say it is. I would say it is, yeah. Yeah.
Defamation of Leslie with respect to the t-shirt. All right, so the same thing. There was a picture of a t-shirt. We talked about that. The depiction of Black people as apes and or monkeys and or gorillas and or chimpanzees is a deeply rooted, racist, and dehumanizing trope with a long history designed to deny the humanity of African-descended people and justify slavery and discrimination. Oh, shit. We going back to slavery. Kunta Kinte, 18 years a slave. Is that what that t-shirt meant? It's like, fuck. We going deep with that damn t-shirt, ain't we? Shit, God damn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but...
Hey, remember, they tried it with Obama, too. Remember that? Recently, MAGA did. And, it showed up somehow, magically, on Donald Trump's Truth Social website. Mm-hmm.
If a white man calls your Black daughter an ape, are you gonna feel away? Now, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. It's just words, sticks and stones, but There is something there, right? But this isn't a white man. This is a black man. What do white people say all the time? Why do black people get to say the N word that we don't? So there, there's some play there. Black man to black man, black on black humiliation and violence. This image is understood to be so degrading and demeaning that it cannot possibly be passed off as satire or humor. The image of the daughter as an ape was and is defamatory. The daughter is entitled to recover damages. All right, the fourth cause of action, defamation of the wife. Defendant, shit, I'm gonna just read the highlighted portions. Apparently, those are the most important. Defendant Holcomb's exhibit of the t-shirt with the picture, and again, let's see the picture of the chimps, the apes. So this is them, this is it right here. Oh shit.
We found out this on Talk Live earlier, guys. When he put this out there like that, Corey Holcomb's not smart. He is just not that smart. If he had if he had sold this under some pseudonym or some name and put this out there, and it'd be harder to track, yeah, that's one thing. But when you put it on a t-shirt, you hold it up in front of the t-shirt on your own channel with your own name on it, my guy, you cannot be that dumb. You cannot be that stupid. You cannot be that asinine as to allow for that and not expect repercussions of the monetarily based value. You just can't. You just can't. This cannot be. It cannot be. But in Corey Holcomb's world, all bets are off. Um, all intelligence well is out the window, and you see something like this, and automatically litigators start rubbing their hands together because they know there's a cha-ching coming afterwards. Let's continue.
You got Papa Ape. Who did this, man? Oh no, I didn't even see this. Oh, wait, what's the girl's name? Leslie. So maybe this was a bad transcription, but it's supposed to say, "This is dedicated to you, Leslie." Oh my God.
No, it's actually as stated here before. It was dedicated to you, lame, Lame. That was supposed to be lame, but again, it's closed captioning, so you're going to get these sort of mistakes. But it was, as stated, it was supposed to be saying, "This is dedicated to you, Lame, rather than Lane." Let's continue.
It says Lane, but did they pick it up wrong? It says, "Hey, leave my family out of this." And this is the goddamn family. This apparently is the daughter. Who drew this up, man? This is terrible. This is fucked up, Corey. Let's see here. All right, so we got the t-shirt. And again, so we talked about the t-shirt with respect to the daughter. Then you got the t-shirt also with respect to the wife. So we're not really going to go through this. It's the same thing. And they want punitive damages, not just compensatory damages, punitive damages. You got IIED, also known as the intentional.
So when he says punitive damages, they want the court to give compensation that is seen as a deterrent to others to not do it themselves. That is what punitive damages are all about. Is saying, okay, you are allowed a certain amount for the damages suffered, from these sort of insults, but there should be punitive, meaning further damages to deter others from doing the same, from deterring others from, calling people apes and chimps and and also part of the alphabet gang. You know, when they are not, and these sort of things. So they're swinging for the fences here, guys. They are going for any and all damages available. Let's continue.
Infliction of emotional distress. What does Anton say? He says, listen, by publicly declaring my daughter to be an ugly dyke and by exhibiting and selling a t-shirt containing a picture of her as an ape, Corey and the 5150 show caused Anton's daughter to suffer severe emotional distress. Corey knew that Leslie would hear the false and degrading description of her and would know that Corey and the 5150 show were hawking a t-shirt with an image of her as an ape. Gorillas in the mist. Anton's daughter did, in fact, hear the defamatory description of her and see the degrading t-shirt. Oh my God. And I think this is what Anton said, right? He said that the daughter, don't quote me on this, but that the daughter was broken. So yeah, this got back to her. And you know how vicious kids can be, especially, in high school and stuff. They were probably hating on her anyway because she got all over 300 medals. So, anytime you doing really good, people gonna come up and try to knock you down a few pegs. And now you got a 60-year-old man calling you a dyke, a 60-year-old man saying all types of shit. And it's interesting, Anton is only talking about one statement that Corey made. But Corey made a ton of statements about this daughter. So it's interesting that they're only pursuing one.
Indeed, and as you can see on the face there by the lead attorney, he is well, he knows that Corey's in trouble with them statements because again, she's a young lady. She's a lady who was in high school, and as stated, these people in high school can be vicious when it comes to a certain person who's involved in who has received many medals for her activity. I don't know what that activity is necessarily, but you can see she's a nationally rated athlete. And comment down below what her athletic prowess is involves. But here we are. We are at a point where you know Corey has put this on a T-shirt. Corey has put it out in the public, and she never wanted this sort of wanted this sort of notoriety, wanted this sort of publicity, and she sees it as negative, quite simply, and something that Anton stated in and of itself. He said, "Listen, listen, um, you know, she suffered major amounts of emotional harm or psychological harm. And believe me, they would have gone to experts and they would have received diagnoses that they are going to add to this lawsuit, which is only going to up the damages, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he was setting up for. My daughter is in for emotional distress. Oh, Corey, you got it. You won. Da, 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 da. He was playing you know, he was playing coy, meek, and mild, and say, "Oh, Corey, you got it. Oh, yeah, you're the one. Okay, you're so big and bad and bold." But my daughter was severely damaged from it. And soon he said those words. I said, "Something's coming. Something's coming." Somebody got into his ear. Or listen, Anton Daniels is not a stupid individual. He would have realized. Yes, he's a hothead, but he is not stupid, and he realizes that with all that transpiring and all that that mountain of evidence that is right in his lap, he's going to use it against Corey Holcomb, and so he has. Here he is in court taking it on. I cannot wait. Let me say this: I cannot wait till next week and the next Corey Holcomb show. It will be remain to be seen if Corey is has learned from his mistakes or if he's really stupid, and I mean really slow to continue with things, continue to insult, continue to add on to evidence here. and if he seeks out legal counsel. Because I'll tell you one thing: if he did, or if his lawyer is of any sort of repute, he would have said, "Listen, Corey, cease, desist, stop, do nothing more than what you've already done because you're only hurting yourself in the process." Let's continue. Sorry.
I mean, it was some crazy stuff that was being said about this girl. Corey knew that the emotional distress would probably result from their conduct or gave little to no thought to the probable effects of their conduct. Now, here's the thing. People were saying, oh, well, you know, this is fair. All's fair in love and war. And, you know, Anton also talked about children, right? Who was he talking about? The black Israeli, what is it? I don't know. There was some video circulating of him talking about children or something like that. But so people are saying, hey man, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Corey can talk about Anton to make Anton feel away. But this is what Anton is saying. Anton's saying, well, if you want to talk about me to make me feel away, then that's fine. But do you guys think that Corey really thought about how the girl would feel? Because the girl is Anton's daughter, but anybody who has kids know that as they grow up, kids have their own mind. They're actually two different people from the parents. The parents and the children are two different people. So if you want to go at the father, okay, but if you're going at the kid has her own feelings. So I guess the question is, put yes if you think Corey thought about the girl's feelings, or put no if you think, well, shit, I just think Corey was trying to hurt Anton. I don't think Corey actually reflected on how this girl would feel.
No, he did not. And I told you a few months back when this was really heated that, well, Corey Holcolmb went scorched earth. He went scorched earth and went after Corey Holcomb's family. That's what Corey Holcolmb does. And he doesn't realize that there are repercussions to this because he thinks, oh, I'm protected by free speech. No, you're not. I said this again. You are not protected by free speech at all. You are not protected by free speech in these cases because they are private citizens. They are not looking for any sort of publicity. They are not looking for any sort of war with you. And so when you insult these individuals, you are going against First Amendment United States Constitution rights. And with that, you're only going to blame yourself. You only have yourself to blame here, guys, and quite simply, it becomes a problem for you. It literally becomes a problem for you, and you know it may end you up, have you end up in court. Go figure. And you know, Corey has got to have a filter. He's got to have somebody in his corner, literally telling him, "Stop, cease, desist, don't engage in any further." Um, Acts of defamation, acts of false light, and because it's gonna cost you. It's going to cost you. People are very litigious these days, and they will not. And when they see an opportunity, they will do it. They will get involved, and so here we are, and we are. We have to give. We have to see about you know this from the perspective of Corey Holcomb. He should have not engaged in this. We have to see the perspective from Anton Daniel's daughter. She never wanted this, and because of that, we here have an action. Let's continue.
I don't know. I don't know. Anton says that Corey's conduct was a gross and despicable and beyond. Corey's conduct was gross, despicable, and beyond the bounds of human decency. Corey was guilty of malice and oppression. As a result of the despicable racist trope, the defendant is entitled to an award not only of compensatory damages,
but punitive.
But of punitive damages as well. Then you got intentional infliction of emotional distress, also about the shirt. And then you got a violation of California Civil Code. Says that Corey violated California Civil Code by displaying the photograph of the daughter, a minor, without prior permission of plaintiff or her parents for commercial gain or profit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why Corey Holcolmb should have covered up the face of Anton Daniels' daughter when he displayed her on the 5450 show. Number one, she's a minor. You can't, and as stated here, according to California Civil Code 3344, by displaying the photograph of plaintiff Leslie Daniels, a minor, without prior permission of plaintiff or of her parents on January 20th, 2026 for commercial gain or profit. So, and they violated that code. And that goes in most jurisdictions, not only in the United States, Canada, England, in most common law states, even in the Code Civil states as well. They do not tolerate the publication of children's pictures on camera without the permission of their parents. And Corey, the so-called dirtbag, self-entitled, self-quoted, he decided to go to those lengths because he was a dirtbag. But he didn't realize when displaying herself on the camera and making those insults, he violated the civil code. So that's it. And he did this on camera. Wow. And now we are on this road to settlement, road to damages here. And I wouldn't say settlement. I would say road to damages. Listen, I don't know if Corey's going to settle, but I would advise him to do so, in my own opinion. But this is compensatory. Compensatory damages here, right? Where this is um, you know, if you violate a civil section, is basically you see it, it's action, and they deserve compensation. So this is, you see it, you say it, it's done. So again, that needs to be stated here, and that's a problem with regards to this. So again, Corey's going to have to pay for this. He will. He will. You violate a civil code, you pay compensatory things. It's just clear cut, foolproof. That's it. It's done. Let's continue.
Do you guys think that Corey displayed the daughter's photo for gain or profit? Wasn't he selling a goddamn t-shirt? This is dedicated to you, Leslie? Didn't he have her up on that $1 million supposed billboard or whatever behind them, that backdrop? While super chats were rolling in, while memberships were rolling in, while ad revenue was rolling in.
So best what lead attorney is saying is Corey Holcolmb got rich, or he wouldn't say got rich, but at least he got paid displaying Anton Daniels' daughter's face. And there's no two words about it. He did it. He actually did it. It's very verifiable. It's highly evidential, and there's no two ways about it. Corey's gonna have to pay for that.
Didn't he have that? Says the defendant's conduct was knowing and intentional. At the time that the defendant Holcolmb displayed the photograph during his podcast, he stated that it was a photograph of Anton Daniels' daughter. See, that's the thing. You can be like, well, lead on the t-shirt, it wasn't Leslie, it was an ape. What's the problem? Corey held up the shirt and said, ha ha, this is Anton's daughter. Ha ha. So it's, you know.
You see what Corey Holcomb's trying to say here? He did it on camera. He did it on camera. Didn't have to do it. He did it on camera, and with that, lawyers don't have to do any investigations. Lawyers don't have to send out any sort of PI, private investigators, to see things. They don't have to send out any clerks to find out if this is true. It's so easily verifiable. This is such an easy case to answer. Most lawyers would love to get a case like this because you don't have to do much road work. This is an own goal here. You can literally walk this in. This is an open goal. It's an open goal. It's an open goal action. It's an open goal matter. All you got to do is word it right. Everything's laid out for you. And you have a supposed, well, he says he's poor, but he he does have income streams that one could sue from. Yeah, this is a problem for Corey. This is a problem. This is a problem.
He's saying that that's her. And then again, he had her on the backdrop. So, Anton wants compensatory damages in an amount to be proven at trial, punitive damages for the first, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth causes of action. Oh, shit, he wants attorney's fees. También. Claro, obvio. You got to have the attorney's fees. And for costs of litigation. So he's asking for money, guys. What do you think? Do you think he's got a good case or a bad case? Now, this was filed on the 24th of February. Now, supposedly, when you get a lawsuit filed, you got 30 days to respond. You got about a month to respond, depending on the jurisdiction. Mm-hmm. So that would mean...
In Ontario, it's 20 days. In Ontario, you have to have a statement of defense in 20 days. So in this instance, it's 30 days. You may ask your lawyer for an extension of time in order to file a defendant. They usually grant those further than 20 days, but that has to be in writing. But it's usually 20 days to file a defense on behalf of your client.
That Corey has until March 24th to respond, right? So as Corey responded to this, but maybe not quite, because you gotta consider it's not the date that you file the case, it's the date that it's served. So was Corey served in March? Was he served this month? The clock starts basically when you're served. So he might not be served yet. Right? This is interesting. Now let me show you guys this. We can kind of take a look to see kind of what's going on with this, right? Let me show y'all this. All right, so what happened?
Okay, so we're going to leave it there on this end. That is basically the action against Corey Holcolmb. So for the remainder of the show, we're going to go now to...
Corey Holcolmb made a very big mistake during his last episode of his dying podcast, and he's going to live to regret every living second of that podcast. So during a segment on his dying podcast, Corey Holcolmb tells his co-host he did some heavy research on me, and he discovered that I had a grape case, that I was a grapist, and he's going to call ICE on me to deport me for having a grape charge.
It's disappointing when you see your own people coming with nonsense that ain't true about you. If somebody lie on you, that's what is so disappointing when you're like, where did they get that? Why are they saying that about me? But there was a guy, and I would never say his name. This guy was going around talking about I do PDF jokes or whatever the that is.
What's that?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Talk about Corey and his PDF jokes and all like that.
Right.
And then I was looking online and I was like, he doesn't use his real name. That's a red flag to me. Whenever somebody online and you don't know who they are, I have investigations done on who you are. And boy, what I found out about this one. Oh my God. Oh man, I did research on this dude.
Really?
Push up in a fago. That's what I call him. I don't know the other names. I call him push up in a fago. I did research on this guy. This man is a rapist.
At first, I thought Corey Holcomb was just a creepy old man who'd made jokes and implied sleeping with 13-year-olds in foreign countries who just don't know how to use the internet. But now I'm starting to think Corey Holcomb is really slow. I think Corey Holcomb may have a learning disability here, man. Because the trolls, they are having their way with Corey. They're feeding Corey Holcomb anything and he's biting. I said, me? Grape? Nah, that's absurd. And I'm going to show you guys it's absurd. See, here's the thing that Corey Holcomb doesn't do, okay? See, Corey Holcomb would say, Poetic Flacco, or he calls him Push Up In Ya, has lied on me. He doesn't say how I've lied on him. He doesn't give proof or receipts. But I'm going to show Corey Holcomb how to respond back to false allegations.
Ladies and gentlemen, this forms the basis of the third lawsuit that we know of that will befall Corey Holcomb in due course. This is coming. This is the upcoming lawsuit that's coming. Give you a sneak preview as to the third action against Corey Holcomb. First, you have Christina Payne. Then you have the family of Anton Daniels, Sharita and Leslie. And now third is Poetic Flacco. Oh, Corey. I mean, to be your counsel, listen, I would be off the record as soon as I can, as soon as it can be possible. I would try to get off the record of you because you are just a vexatious litigant. You are terrible. You are terrible. You are indeed terrible, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have any filter whatsoever, and it gets you into serious trouble. Now we're gonna see Poetic Flacco defend his reputation here with accusations of rape against himself. Let's continue.
I'm not upset. You know why I'm not upset? Because bad people are online and bad people will do bad things. I just know how to deal with bad people like yourself, all right? I have receipts to debunk everything you're about to say. But Corey Holcomb will go into this just an absolute lie, right? Goes into this how he done his deep research. He done found my name as if my name is in public, as if my name is in Frederick. My name is Frederick Jolly is my name, all right? It's very public, all right? It's not a secret. Poetic Flacco is my YouTube moniker. Man, like, sir, right? But he goes into this and he claims not only was I found guilty of grape, but I filed an appeal and lost the appeal.
This man is a rapist. You don't know nothing about that? There was a lot of people looking at him talk crazy about Corey and all like that. Push up in a fago. Got a rape charge.
I cannot with this.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not be surprised if Corey Holcomb develops merch for this week's episode. Do not be surprised if you see merch from the one and only Corey Holcomb with regards to this action, to these accusations of rape. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. And if that's the case, oh boy, there's defamation, there's false light. Everything you saw on the Anton Daniels and family of Anton Daniels lawsuit will be cut and paste and put into the likes of the one and only Poetic Flacco's case. It's happening. It's already happening. This man, listen, he does not have two sticks to rub together to make a fire. He really doesn't. He's sandwiches short of a picnic. It's remarkable to see how this man keeps messing up daily, weekly, monthly, and he's 60 years old. It's he should be looking after his hairline rather than looking after these legal court cases, because quite simply, it is it's comical. It really is comical how we are here. If you don't see, I have family in the background looking out for me here, and it's quite sad to see. Shout out to my family in the background. I'm not going to mention their names, but yeah, they're having a good laugh at things here. But this is serious. This is serious. Okay, all I'm saying is that don't be surprised if merch is on the way. And if merch is on the way, then all right, then it's pretty much a lockdown deal. Let's continue.
See, they want to go back and forth every week. I'm not going to go back and forth with you every week. I'm just going to find out what I need to find out because he don't use his real name. People who really, you don't know their name, you got to watch them on the internet.
A wild and crazy look to him, and it's worrying. You're not dealing with a full deck here, guys. When he makes these accusations, he's just throwing them out there willy nilly, sorry, to see what sticks. And when you don't do your background research, when you don't do your due diligence, it is a problem. And he keeps landing in these certain problems. This is a very litigious world. And Corey Holcomb is living in it. And with that, Corey Holcomb is indeed suffering from it. He will suffer. He will suffer. And make no bones about it. Listen, he's building he's building his own he's building a coffin for himself, and it's a shame. It's reckless. It's damaging to his reputation, and he'll suffer for this. He will suffer, unfortunately. He will. And he's already suffering for it on his Corey Holcomb podcast, 5150 show, which, listen, I used to watch it religiously, but now I just, I tune off from it because, quite simply, he's making it all about accusations on him. And he's a very funny man, but the fact of the matter is he's not a very smart man. He's not putting two and two together here, and he doesn't have legal counsel on his team to let him know that certain things or certain acts um, can and will be used against him in a court of law. And they will. They will. So, what are we to do?
If they using a name where you don't know who they are, it's a reason most of the time, not every time, but it's a reason they don't want you to know their name. This man has been charged with rape. Talking about a black man, first of all, he's a immigrant. And the reason I say he's an immigrant is because this is going to go into the story. This man, being an immigrant, was charged with rape.
Grape like grapes.
Grape.
Yeah, that you eat.
Like grapes.
Whatever. I'm a G for mine.
See, this when he does these sort of things, you listen. He has very few marbles in that brain of his. He really doesn't. He's not playing with all his mental faculties and capacities together. He can say G for mine all he wants, but it's clear. Um, we're not dealing with the sharpest pencil in the pack right now. We're not here. We're not. Allegedly, we're not. But it's clear we're not. We're not. We are not. We are not.
Stand on it.
Episode's gonna get close.
Then he tried to appeal it and lost.
And this is when it became perfectly clear to me.
You didn't hear Darlene stay in the background. This is going to get flagged. When you mention grape over and over and over again, you're not going to get any money from that activity because you're using a name over and over again, which is great, as you know, which rhymes with you know what, and the community standards are going to flag that, and they're not going. You're not going to, and they may threaten to take away any sort of monies that you have earned from the show, simply because you have going against community standards. Sunny Bunny, it's like it's crazy where why we're let's see.
Me, oh, Corey Holcomb got by trolls. So trolls been doing this for the last probably like what, as long as I can remember while I'm on YouTube, right? People do heavy research on me because they, don't like what I say about them. And after doing crazy and heavy research on me, they can't really find anything because I don't have a dark past. I don't have secrets to hide. I don't have felonies. Like I've never, right? I've never been to prison. Like it's never happened. So because they can't find nothing on me, they then decide to just make up things or to find things involving my relatives and then try to put it on me, okay? So in the case of this, once he says appeal, it strikes me, aha. Corey Holcomb is talking about the age-old paperwork that belongs to a relative of mine that trolls will tell my enemies, oh no, this is Poetic Flacco. And then, usual idiots who are thirsty for information on me because they can't defeat me otherwise will then run with it, right? But fortunately, bro, I have everything I need to debunk this. And you're going to see 4K evidence on why Corey Holcomb is an idiot and why this is absolutely false. Now, as Corey Holcomb tells his story, pay attention. He doesn't say my name ever. Because Corey Holcomb understands, man, the minute you come on your podcast, Corey, and say Poetic Flacco is a grapist, well, everything on that podcast, including that fake plant, is going to be mine. The minute you come on your podcast and say, Frederick Jalla has a grape charge, that fake plant is going to be mine.
And remember what remember what the lead attorney said. You don't necessarily have to mention his name. As long as people know who you're referring to, that's all you need. That's literally all you need. So when Corey mentions saying push up in a N-word fago, um, so push up in the N fago, uh, for the world to hear, and people know it is. They can put the two together to know who that person is. I'm not going to mention them right now, but it rhymes with Poetic Flacco. If you put those two together, then and they can make that sort of logical leap. That's all you need. That's literally all you need to set up a legal proceeding against Corey Holcomb. Now again, he tries to word it differently in terms of getting himself out of any sort of legal trouble, but you know, you put two together, you find out what his legal name is, and there you go. You have a case, and that's what the lead attorney said earlier on tonight.
Taking it all. But Corey Holcomb knows he's a good old boy. He's not going to say my name because he understands the repercussions. Now, he did say that if I respond, he's going to say my name on the next episode. So, Corey, this is my response. This is me debunking you because I want you to come on your podcast next week and say Poetic Flacco has a grape charge. I want you to do it, Corey. That'll be the biggest mistake you ever made in your life. Everything you ever worked for will be mine.
See, here's the thing. This is what Corey keeps running into these troubles. Now Tuesday is must see TV. It's back in Corey Holcomb's court. Will he? And he said he's a G for his. So guess what? Don't be surprised if not only will he mention Poetico Flacco's name, the man you see up here. Don't be surprised if he even mention his name. But don't be surprised also if you see merch. If he brings out merch to because he did it in the end. He did that. Now it's in action. He's I don't think he did anything with Christina Payne. Wouldn't be surprised if he did. If he went down back in the annals, I wouldn't be surprised if he did, because this is Corey Holcomb's MO. Accuse somebody of something, make a few jokes, and then make merch. See if he can make some money out of it. That's his thing. That's his jam. And so if he chooses to mention Poetic Flacco's name, there's the lawsuit. And prime time. But you can still make a causal leap. But if he does mention his name, we're in for it. And he's a G for his. And he's not a very intelligent individual when it comes to legal circumstances. And so don't be surprised if he does mention his name. Can't wait to see Tuesday.
He tried to appeal it and lost. What person who is not even a citizen gets to do that and walk amongst us? But see, I done research on what I'm saying. Why ain't this man kicked out the country? Why do this man live in the Dakotas? He hiding from ICE. Homie, this is LA. If you out here, you might get grabbed by ICE agents if you not legit. And even if you are legit. Do anybody got stories about that?
Yeah, they tried to get
I
me.
know some people who still locked up and they legit, but they keep moving them around so they be in there longer because it's a cold game with that. Hey man, look, let me tell you something.
Let me say this again. Poetic Flacco, he still may be, but he used to be. I think he's cease and desist. He ceased and desisted his activity with the No Jumper podcast, a very prominent podcast back in the day, but it's fallen on hard times today. But it's still going. But I believe No Jumper operates out of Los Angeles. Poetic Flacco was in Los Angeles for years. Nobody picked him up. So this accusation levied by Corey Holcomb has gone unfounded too. He's in LA for years and yet was not, I believe, through if No Jumper was in LA. He was there for years. He was never picked up. I think No Jumper's been in existence since the pandemic. And Mr. Jolly, aka Jala, aka Poetic Flacco, has never been brought in by ICE, even through enforcement. I'm sure he's in LA himself. So, oh,
This Mark I'm talking about said, I don't know where he at. We gonna see. Cause them ICE agents know, they be like, Corey, I saw you, you're funny. I was like, hey, what show you gonna be at? I got some information. I'm like, man, I got the trifecta for you. I know y'all ain't really hanging out in the Dakotas, but I got one that shoots the camera from an angle like this so you can't see how fat he is. Talking crazy about, shut up. Talking crazy about the
well, here's the thing about Corey. He's not exactly a fit individual himself. Corey's a good upper 200, 300 pounds himself. If that's not the pot calling the kettle black, I don't know what is. Let's continue.
streets, talking crazy about the streets, and this they caught a rape out here in the States, and he's an immigrant. Are you serious, boy? He said, didn't he get up with you?
Yeah.
I mean, don't say no name. He said he'll give you his address. Is that what he said?
I gotta look. I gotta read it. Yeah, something like that.
Get an address. I bet it's the one I got already.
This man is slow. I told y'all, first off, what about me would scream illegal immigrant? I've been here since a kid. I came here legally as a refugee, right? And then I got my green card under my parents, and then I got my citizenship. What about me would scream illegal immigrant? It doesn't make sense whatsoever. Also, if I caught a charge that severe, why would I still be in the United States and not deported if I got a charge that severe? But nonetheless, though, man, let's debunk Corey Holcomb and show you guys how much of an idiot and a clown he is. But you peep how he told Craig, don't say my name, don't say my name. Because Corey understands the minute he says my name, that entire podcast is mine. I own it all.
Again, as we stated here, if a judge or a jury can make a causal leap that uh, push it in an N word fago, uh, aka Poetic, can make that causal leap between that and Poetic Flacco, we have an action here still. So again, but I'm sure if this is the salvo, in retort to what Corey had to say this week, and he mentions his name, I can guarantee you Corey Holcomb's going to say his name next week because Corey Holcomb is an official line stepper. He'll do it just because, and because of that, here we go.
What Corey Holcomb is referring to when he says that I got a grape charge and he knows that I appealed it, he's talking about this particular case right here, where a lot of the trolls have kind of like resurfaced this to claim it's me when it's not me. So Corey Holcomb got fed some bad information by trolls. So my name is Frederick Jalla. This case is from the Court of Appeals of Ohio from a relative called David Jalla. In the past, some bad faith actors would take screenshots from this document where it doesn't show the first name and then try to pass it off as me. So David Jalla, but this screenshot just says Jalla, was charged with 4 counts, 1 count of grape, 1 count of attempted grape, 1 count of gross imposition, and then 1 count of kidnapping. He was charged with this in March of 2014, and that date is very important because it also shows you why it's not me and they're just liars. But bad faith actors would spread screenshots like this on purpose because my last name is pretty unique, and they won't show the first name on purpose because when people hear Jalla, they automatically think of me because I'm like the most famous Jalla. So they automatically think, oh, this is Flacco, when clearly it's not me, right? It's just false. Corey Holcomb is an absolute liar. Corey Holcomb spent 30 plus minutes lying, but I'm about to debunk this in under a minute. My legal name is Frederick Minyango Jalla. Here's my ID to prove it. My name is not David Jalla. It's not me. This case took place March 6 in 2014 in Cleveland State University. David Jalla was a senior at Cleveland State University in 2014. Here's a yearbook from high school where I'm listed as the class of 2016. I would have been a sophomore in 2014 or a freshman, depending on the date of 2014. Because again, here's a high school yearbook that has been listed as the class of 2016. It's literally impossible that I would have been registered as a senior at Cleveland State University while also being registered as a freshman or sophomore in high school in 2014 because I was listed as a class of 2016. Now, I was able to graduate a year early by taking some additional classes, and I graduated with the class of 2015. But that's me graduating high school in 2015. I would not have been a senior in college in 2014, Corey. It doesn't make sense. Now,
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that Poetic Flacco would have been a sophomore. Well, no, actually, he would have been a junior in high school, going on senior in high school, and not a senior in college. There it is, and that's what they well, that's what was reported with regards to the SA accusations, the SA action against well, Poetic Flacco's cousin, and not exactly Poetic Flacco himself, which is Frederick Jalla, which is Poetic Flacco's real name. So again, this is easily proven, and that's the reason why he has been walking around as a free, tax-paying citizen, and has not been rounded up by ICE or sent away by ICE in the first place, because he would have been too well. I'm not saying too young to perform SA, but he wasn't involved in that action. That wasn't him. It was a different person altogether with guys. And yeah, Corey didn't do his due diligence. Let's say that. Let's continue.
if you don't believe me, here's the smoking gun, okay? Here's where Corey Holcomb could have simply went online, did a quick Google search, and found everything he's looking for. Here's the literal mugshot from that case. It's clearly not me, all right? Like, you know, David is more than 5 years older than me. This is not me, obviously, okay? Again, here's the case. Victim, Ohio, Cleveland State, right? This happened again, convicted in 2014. gross imposition. Like,
So I'm getting back that again. It seems it's going back here. That on the above me here is Poetic Flacco, aka Frederick Jala. The one on the right hand side over here, sorry, there we go. The one on the right hand side over here is David Jala, the one who had proceedings against him for SA. That is his mugshot. So there is the difference. It seems that oh, Corey hasn't done his due diligence again. He's run off at the mouth. So, oh, is that who he is? Okay, let me run it on air. Let me not do my due diligence. Let me not do my research. Instead of launching into actions which clearly do not involve the above individual, that is Poetic Flacco, his sworn enemy. I don't know. I don't know. You really are a pain in the ass. Let's continue.
is more than 5 years older than me. This is not me, obviously, okay? Again, here's the case. Victim, Ohio, Cleveland State, right? This happened again, convicted in 2014. Gross imposition. Like, if you guys are gonna come with lies about me, you gotta come with the lies that's like more believable, okay? But this is not gonna work. Like, it's
And when he says gross imposition, I'm thinking that it's sort of similar to statutory rape here in this province. So, yeah. But again, I could be wrong. I'd have to do my legal. I could have to do my legal research on that. But it's statutory rape in this province. And again, there is a bit of research would have to be done. But I'm thinking that's what he's accused of. He's a senior in college getting involved with a 17-year-old junior in high school. That's what this is about. And something that Corey didn't do his due diligence on, and clearly didn't involve this man right here. That is Poetic Flacco, guys.
not gonna work. Corey Holcolmb best bet would have been, I don't know, like finding clips online of me arguing with other creators and then trying to clip it like in out of context, like other people have been trying to do. All right. Like you could have clipped up, I don't know, man, right? Like me telling another content creator, hey, listen, bro, I'm outside. Come outside. I'm trying to smoke you. Right? Because that content creator obviously made a diss track against a dead relative of mine. So I told him, I'm coming to your city to find you. And when I find you, I'm going to smoke you. I never went to their city. Right? I was texting him from the comfort of my own home. I'm outside. Come outside. Now, it's silly things like that. If you want to take that and say, oh, Flacco's a bad person, all right, bro, cool. Right, cool, right? Or you could have very easily taken an audio, right, of me telling another content creator, I'm going to slap the ish out of you and your son. Now, the son, I believe, was, I don't know, I don't even know, maybe like 13 or 14 at the time. Now, saying I'm going to slap the ish out of somebody and their kid, that's not cool. That's very bad. But you could have taken that and said, Flacco is a bad person. It would have been, okay, cool, right? All right, cool, I would have taken that. But you lying about me having a grape case? A grape case? But you did it and even told Craig, don't say my name because you understood you were lying. This should be your proof why nobody should ever take anything Corey Holcolmb says seriously again. Corey Holcolmb is not credible. Corey Holcolmb is a liar. You see, Corey Holcolmb has been going on a tangent about how I've been lying on him by playing voice recordings and audio and video of himself making tasteless jokes about kids. He says I'm lying, but it's his own words I'm using against him. But he hasn't been able to prove how I've lied. Corey Holcolmb made one false allegation about me. I came on here and I broke it down to you guys to a science on how he's lying. So Corey, if you think I'm lying and you think I'm really David Jala, go on your podcast and say Poetic Flacco has a grape case. Do it. If you believe it, do it. And watch how I treat you. And watch how I do you.
Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's clear. The gauntlet has been laid down by Poetic Flacco. He's literally telling him, right, if you are about that life, if you are G with yours, please go on your show this Tuesday. So look for it this Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, and see if indeed Corey Holcomb does mention Poetic Flacco, saying that he is a grapist, even though it was clearly broken down here that he is not. And then watch the sparks fly, because that will be the third action, if it isn't already, against the one and only Corey Holcomb. There, very good. Thank you very much to Corey Holcomb doing wonderful things on YouTube streets. Please like and subscribe to Corey Holcomb. To Poetic Flacco here. Sorry, it's Poetic Flacco we're talking about here, doing wonderful things YouTube streets, and totally deserved, to be fair. And yeah, it's and that's where we are right now, ladies and gentlemen. So let me bring it back to the full camera. Corey Holcomb is in a world of hurt. He has Christina Payne actions. He has the family of Anton Daniel actions. And soon, Poetic Flacco actions. Well, let's see what happens this week. But I have, listen. I have no doubts that Corey Holcomb is indeed a man who will sink to the depths of depravity in order to get his point across, in order to get the upper hand. He's done it before, and it's going to cost him. It will cost him. He has done it on camera. He's done it on on merch, and all in a point to really, defame other people's character, thinking that he's the man, but he's not. And it's showing by his audience that how it's dwindling, and it's showing of a man who may or may not be truly unhinged. He's not all there. He just wants he wants the excitement of getting involved in activity that he shouldn't be involved in and of itself. Because listen, Corey Holcomb's a very good comedian. He's built a platform of great repute. However, that will be taken away from him the longer he decides to engage in these baseless actions, baseless activities, calling somebody a chimp, calling somebody a grapist, slapping somebody in the face. It is all coming to a head, and he's going to pay for it big time. I pray that he sees the light, but something tells me he's not. He's just going to keep going. He's going to keep getting into train wrecks, and we'll be right here to pick up the pieces here on Talk Talk Live. So thank you very much for joining me here on Talk Talk Live. Very good of you to join me. Sorry to my Instagram members. We had to end that feed early, unfortunately, because there was technical issues with regards to its viewing. So we'll be back there live as of next week, but we had to get this out there. Saturday Night Corey Fights was back. We'll see if we have more episodes this week, and we have another show as of next week. But believe me, this is not over. There'll be another Corey Holcomb Fights show, whether Friday or Saturday night. We'll bring it right here on Talk Talk Live. So thank you very much for joining me here on YouTube. Sorry to my IG people, but like and subscribe here on YouTube, doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets. I am, and looking for 1,000 subscribers. I am, and any like or comment down below your feelings on Poetic Flacco, your feelings on Anton Daniels' family in the lawsuit, your feelings on Corey Holcomb and his, insidious behavior, this inflammatory behavior he's engaging in, because it is quite simply needless and unnecessary, and it's going to get him into a whole heap of financial trouble, of which the likes he doesn't want to get into, quite simply. Even though I'm sure he'll cry broke, but who wants to prepare for bankruptcy when you don't need to? Thank you very much for joining me here on Talk Talk Live. We're going to end it here, and we'll be back.